The documentary Amazing Nature, Run to Survive unfolds like a powerful reminder of how fragile and determined life can be from the very instant it begins, inviting us into a world where newborn animals must face fear, uncertainty, and danger before they even understand what life means. It opens with breathtaking scenes of open plains glowing under the early morning sun, where mothers stand quietly, their bodies exhausted yet alert, as their babies take their first breaths in a world that gives them no gentle welcome. We see newborn antelopes, wildebeests, and zebras lying helpless on the ground, their tiny bodies trembling as they try to lift themselves, still slick with afterbirth, their legs folding beneath them again and again. Their mothers nudge them softly, as if whispering, "You have to get up, little one," because in the wild, the luxury of resting after birth simply does not exist. The moment a newborn opens its eyes, the world demands strength. Predators, cheetahs crouched low in the grass, hyenas pacing at a distance, lions watching with cold patience, already know the cycle well. They wait for weakness, for hesitation, for any baby who can't quite find its balance, because this is their chance to survive too. And yet, the documentary doesn't paint predators as monsters, but as creatures with their own families to feed, their own struggles written in their eyes. Between danger and innocence, the camera captures something deeply human, the universal instinct of a mother trying to protect her child. She pushes, nudges, and encourages, her body blocking predators, her voice guiding her newborn, and these small moments, barely noticed in the chaos of nature, become some of the most emotional scenes in the film. As the newborns finally stand, swaying like delicate branches in the wind, they begin the next battle, staying with the herd. The film shows massive herds of wildebeests where thousands of calves are born almost simultaneously, a strategy nature devised so more babies survive than perish. It's chaotic. Calves bleeding for their mothers, mothers searching frantically for their own young, predators weaving in and out like shadows, but within the chaos, there is something strangely beautiful. Each baby, still learning how to use its legs, instinctively knows that its mother is its only safe place in an unpredictable world. The documentary gently reminds us that bonding isn't a luxury reserved for humans, it's a survival tool for animals, too, and the connection between mother and newborn is immediate, intense, and heartbreaking to watch. The story then shifts to harsher landscapes, rocky slopes where young mountain goats must master impossible terrain almost instantly. Their world is filled with cliffs, sharp drops, and winds that could knock an adult off balance. Yet these tiny babies, barely able to stand, somehow manage to climb, guided by mothers who teach them with soft nudges and steady presence. In these scenes, the documentary beautifully conveys that survival isn't always about running fast, sometimes it's about learning courage from the first step. There are painful moments too. Some babies fall behind, some freeze in fear, some simply don't rise quickly enough, and predators take their chance. These scenes hurt to watch, not because the film tries to shock us, but because it shows life in its rawest truth, unfair, unpredictable, yet profoundly real. Still, the documentary balances these moments with scenes of triumph. A calf that finally outruns a predator, a newborn who finds its footing and joins the herd, a mother successfully defending her young. It shows us resilience not as a grand gesture, but as small victories, one step taken without falling, one moment of safety found among the crowd, one heartbeat that continues against the odds. Toward the end, the film widens its lens to show herds moving across vast landscapes, animals working together in silent cooperation. It becomes clear that survival in nature is not just an individual journey, but a collective one. Adults stand guard while others graze. Herds move in patterns that confuse predators, and mothers stay close enough for their babies to always sense their presence. There is a quiet wisdom in these scenes, a reminder that even in the wild, community is a lifeline. By the time the documentary ends, we are left with a sense of awe at the courage of these tiny beings who, moments after birth, must learn to run, sense danger, and trust their instincts in a world that offers no guarantees. Their struggle mirrors something deeply human. The desire to live, to grow, to find safety, and to keep moving forward even when the world feels overwhelming. Amazing Nature, Run to Survive ultimately becomes more than a wildlife documentary, it becomes a reflection on life itself, showing us that strength often begins in the most fragile moments, that hope is found in the determination to rise.